Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Get ready to pay more for electricity.
Another batch of clergy sex abuse cases in federal court today.
It's been called a sweetheart deal, and Speaker B.J. Cruz wants it to end. Half a day and good evening. We'll expect your power bills to go up again.
GPA says rising fuel oil prices may mean the average residential power bill will increase by another $12.70 a month. Nestor Lacanto reports.
GPA General Manager John Beneventi says oil prices are now hovering at $50 to $60 a barrel, and so at the current power rates, GPA will fall well short of their fuel recovery costs. That means they need to adjust rates through what's now commonly known as the LEAC, or Levelized Energy Adjustment Clause.
It looks like if we don't increase the LEAC, we could end up with a $15 million under recovery. So we decided to take that $15 million, cut it in half, just like we did the last time, so that we can gradually work in the increase instead of one lump sum at a time.
By law, the LEAC can be adjusted every 6 months. As Beneventi noted back in February, instead of full recovery, GPA opted to go for half, raising the LEAC from 8.6 cents per kilowatt hour to 10.5. Now the proposed increase will go from the current 10.5 cents to 11.7, or 6% of the total average bill. If it's any consolation, Beneventi says that's still well short of the recent high of 20 cents a couple of years ago. The new rates still require Public Utilities Commission approval before they kick in.
So it'll be for the period August 1st to January 31st of next year.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lacanto.
Another batch of clergy sex abuse cases heard in federal court. Some defendants, no shows. Here's more. Roy Quintanilla started it all.
I have been silent for 40 years, mainly because I thought all this time I was your only victim, and because I was embarrassed, humiliated, degraded, and terribly confused about what to do. I thought if I said anything, that people would not believe me, or that people would retaliate against me for coming forward. Archbishop Aparon, I will not be silent anymore.
This week marks 1 year since the first victim of clergy sex abuse surfaced. Quintanilla is now joined by nearly 70 others who are suing the Archdiocese of Agana. In some cases involving former priest Father Louis Brouillard, the Boy Scouts of America and Boy Scouts of America Aloha Council Chamorro District are also named defendants. On the docket today, 11 cases. For those involving Father Antonio Cruz, plaintiff's counsel David Lujan clarified for the court they aren't naming him as a defendant because he passed away in 1986. As for Raymond Cepeda, who was defrocked, Lujan says they have yet to formally serve him. Quote, "We tried. We think we know where he lives, but our processor can't seem to find him." End quote. A similar case for Brouillard, whom Lujan states, quote, "I don't think we've served him. We attempted to depose him through his counsel, but that fell apart." End quote. While some defendants were no-shows, counsel for the Boy Scouts was present today. Attorney Patrick Seville noting they filed a motion to dismiss.
It's fascinating reading.
The motion calls the Guam law that lifts the civil statute of limitations on child sex abuse cases unconstitutional. Counsel for the Archdiocese of Agana was also present. Attorney John Terlahi echoing the sentiments of his clients.
It's unfortunate that it's happening for the island of Guam and for the people. The Archdiocese is approaching each one individually, and again, they send out their prayers and hope that it works out for the victims as well as for the Archdiocese and the island of Guam. I understand that the plaintiff's lawyers are in contact with the Hope and Healing process, and hopefully in that process they're able to come out with some settlement if possible.
Attorney David Lujan has up until June 2nd to prove the District Court of Guam has jurisdiction over his cases. For the cases in which he can't prove jurisdiction, he'll return to the Superior Court of Guam and file his complaints there. But as we reported, most of the local judges have disqualified themselves from hearing any clergy sex abuse cases due to close ties with the Catholic Church. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
And on that note, another victim of clergy sex abuse surfaces. 57-year-old BJ was neither an altar boy or a Boy Scout, but met with Father Louis Brouillard when he was around 11 or 12 while playing baseball in the village. The priest offered to take him and his friends to Longford River to swim. During one such trip, while they were alone, the priest allegedly tied BJ to the ground and told him he was going to teach him rescue skills because BJ wanted to join the military. The priest is accused of raping him multiple times. Brouillard then gave him $3 afterwards. BJ is suing for $10 million. His attorney is David Lujan.
He's already facing serious charges for last month's hostage situation and shootout with police. Vincent Cruz was sentenced in district court on Wednesday for violating his supervised release conditions. Cruz is currently being held on a $1 million cash bail and is charged with attempted murder and home invasion, among others. It was last month he held a Dedido family hostage for several hours before his arrest. GPD Chief of Police J.I. Cruz says his officers could wrap up their investigation in a couple of weeks.
Be more incidences that Mr. Cruz may have been involved in. And because there is the potential for that, my criminal investigators are still taking a look at that.
Cruz is now being held on a federal detainer as well following the sentencing. He will appear in Superior Court on May 25th.
It's back to jail for Department of Corrections Officer Ronald Artero Pereira. Earlier this year, the prison guard was busted for smuggling $30,000 worth of contraband into prison grounds. Although he was placed on pretrial release, that was revoked this week by the federal court after probation confirmed Pereira tested positive for ice and admitted he was still a user. He'll remain behind bars until sentencing in September.
Despite anticipated delays, parties agree to proceed with trial next month for defendants Mark Smith and Glenn Wong. While serving as Gora's legal counsel, Smith is alleged to have profited from the Section 8 program by transferring his rental properties to co-defendant Wong. Although parties noticed the court of potential delays due to 90,000 pages worth of discovery, as well as defense's intent to file a motion to dismiss, court filings today state otherwise. Trial will start as planned on June 6.
When there's a case of illegal hunting in the island's jungles or illegal fishing in the island's marine preserves, it's the Guam Department of Agriculture's conservation officers who respond.
But during an informational hearing at the Guam Congress building, it leaves you wondering how they're able to still do their jobs. Sabrina Salas-Metanani reports.
It's really a wonder why they're still around.
Conservation officers that have been around for almost 30 years.
We have guys here that haven't been promoted for almost 27 years. Yet he holds a master's degree. Where's the fairness in that?
Department of Agriculture Director Matthew Sablon went to bat for his conservation officers who are loyal to a fault.
As far as the resources, they come up with their own expense resources just to maintain for the day, for the operation.
There are only 8 conservation officers tasked with protecting the entire island's natural resources. We're talking protecting endangered species, catching poachers, responding to forestry fires, and protecting the island's marine preserves and anything and everything that happens 3 miles out into the sea. But it's amazing how they're able to do their jobs. Conservation Officer Mark Uggan.
Our patrol vehicles were down to one, 14 years old, and it's barely hanging on.
They have 2 hand-me-down boats. One is 40 years old, the other 20 years old, but only one is operable, and that's only thanks to parts that were donated by the private sector. They also have 2 jet skis. Both are also out of commission. They use their own cell phones as a hotline number, and even when they reached out to a sister government agency, they got no love, just the F word.
Go fundraise.
Conservation officers don't even have a permanent office. Instead, it's being used to store evidence and records. The office was condemned, but taking up residence are termites.
This is what happens when we don't have proper care and proper facilities.
For the 3 senators that were present, they got an earful from the clearly frustrated but dedicated officers who've gone above and beyond their duty, despite the lack of resources, support, and promotions.
We all know what's happening about political leaders, about pay raises and all that. What about us? When they talk grassroots, we're boots on ground, we go out there and we mesh and we tangle with the worst of them out there.
On an added note, the number of conservation officers could drop down to 4 because of military deployments. Meanwhile, 3 officers should be promoted in about a month, leaving the department with 3 positions to fill.
Before we head into the break, we want to say a quick hafa-day to all of you watching us on Facebook and Instagram.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming, KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Your reason to celebrate at IT&E. Pick up the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and get double data.
Drive and discover at Guam's best dealership, Cars Plus in Mighty. With Guam's best warranty, there's no better time to drive a Hyundai Accent starting at $11,995 or the Hyundai Elantra starting at $16,995. It's not just newer, it's better. SUV lovers, check out the Hyundai Tucson, J.D. Power's top-ranked small SUV starting at $19,995 or save $4,500 and see the advantages that put the Hyundai Santa Fe at the head of its class. Get to Cars Plus today to drive and discover the quality and value that is Hyundai. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Is your old ride letting you down? Then play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game and win 3 rides from Triple J Auto Group, plus 30 flyaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the 2017 Kia Soul, the 2017 Mazda 3 Sport, the 2017 Kia Forte, and instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Are taxpayers getting the raw end of a $250 million deal?
Issa Baza speaks with the legislative speaker on his concerns to that very question.
A sweetheart deal turned sour. That's what Speaker B.J. Cruz calls a deal forged between Governor Eddie Calvo and Cortec International back in 2014. The deal cost taxpayers over $10 million annually and could cost $250 million over the life of the contracts. And even with the hefty price tag, Cruz said GovGuam isn't getting what it paid for.
We're not in the new palatial offices. We lost one building that was demolished to build the palatial offices. Two of the warehouses haven't been built, but we still paid $10 million.
The annual payment was made to Cortec back in January for buildings that 5 months later still aren't available. Superintendent John Fernandez said the delay for the warehouses was in part because of an amendment proposed by DOE. However, Cruz is asking Governor Calvo to renegotiate, saying taxpayers could save an estimated $1.7 million.
I would like to just cancel the entire contract. I mean, it's unconscionable the amount of money that we're paying for buildings as old as I am.
But because the AG's office has advised that canceling the contract is out of the question, he hopes the deal can at least be renegotiated. Some examples include negotiating for lower annual payments, payment credits, or even additional work by Cortec, including temporary repairs at Simon Sanchez High School. Currently, a $100 million RFP to fix public schools starting with the home of the Sharks has been delayed because of multiple protests and appeals filed by Cortec.
I'm appealing to his business sense to please do something about this lease. It's costing us too much money. We're being taken advantage of, and we need help elsewhere. Let's work together and do that.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
KUAM reached out to Adelut but did not receive a comment as of news time. Cortec International CEO Juno Ion declined a comment at this time.
Meanwhile, DOE said it is unaware of any cash or labor shortage issues with the developer, adding the delays were primarily caused by a water well that was taken offline and proposed amendment to the warehouse agreement. DOE contends the Tizen property helps it consolidate operations and transition off high-risk status. Well, the author of Bill 50, which would stop the Liberation Casino operations, isn't voting just yet. The measure was not included in this month's session agenda. Today, Senator Talina Nelson has requested Tax and Finance Committee Chair Senator Joe San Agustin to submit the bill's committee report so it would be eligible for discussion during next week's session. Nelson says she met with the Mayor's Council last month. They requested she amend the measure that, if passed, would ban the casino beginning next year. However, she says that request was not brought up during the bill's public hearing. Nelson says, quote, "This bill is not against the mayors or one that is malicious. It is to protect our community from the ills of what casino gambling may cause that will negatively affect our families," end quote. On Wednesday, San Agustin told KUAM the bill could not make the May session because he's still awaiting documents from the mayors. Anti-gambling groups have also called for oversight and lawmakers to act on Bill 50.
During a budget hearing this afternoon, Public Health Director James Gillen outlined his top concerns, including the alarming increase in non-communicable diseases, threat of mosquito-borne illnesses such as dengue and Zika, as well as multi-drug-resistant tuberculosis and extreme drug-resistant tuberculosis. In addition, he said the island should begin investing more in preventative health care. The agency is currently facing uncertainty due to proposed budget cuts at the federal level. Speaker B.J. Cruz said the governor's budget request would provide the agency with a $98 million appropriation.
Putting money in the hands of those who need it most. That's what Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. claims Bill 30 will do. The bill aims to alter Guam's current medical referral service by streamlining services, reducing administrative expenses to 15%, and providing money directly for patients for services not already covered through insurance or hospital services. Guam Cancer Care Executive Director Terry Quabo.
Services, whether it be lodging, whether it be transportation, whether it be copay assistance, or buying pharmaceutical drugs that they need while they're there.
Quabo said the proposed legislation mirrors a voucher program currently used by Guam Cancer Care.
Ahead in sports, Chris has results from the IIAAG soccer action. But first, here's a look at your island weather.
How can a modern family save money when companies ding you with surprise charges? I mean, seriously, data caps on home internet? I hate to be the bad guy here, but somebody has to keep us from busting our monthly data limit. Sorry, honey, we're out of data. But I'll tell you the ending. Plan dies. My family just wants to enjoy the internet on their schedules. Why does this have to be such a hassle?
Really, Mom? It's an online class. I need the internet to graduate.
Then go to the library. They have free internet, right?
This is so unfair.
My thoughts exactly.
Just a few more minutes, please.
I really don't want to nag, But money doesn't grow on... There's got to be a better way.
Free yourself. Switch to GTA Home Internet today. Truly unlimited with no data caps or additional usage fees.
I prepare. I train. Through strength, determination, and focus, I work hard to achieve my goals. That's why I secure my future with Alpha Insurance. This is what makes you an Alpha.
Mauna Kea Athletic Club and Manhoven Swim Club present Guam Cocos Crossing 2017 on Sunday, May 28th. Experience the excitement of an ocean swim in the beautiful waters of Cocos Lagoon. Open to swimmers age 9 and up. Choose from 4 options: a 2.5-mile swim, 5 and 10K races, and a Neptune swim with a mask, snorkel, and fins. Register online at www.guamcocoscrossing.com by May 24th. Supported by these fine sponsors. For more information, go to www.guamcocoscrossing.com.
Let's welcome the first-time parents, the people with the dream to be their own boss. Let's welcome the things that inspire us, connect us. Let's welcome the college graduations, new beginnings, and happy ever afters. At Bank of Hawaii, we'd like to welcome you to all the new adventures, the next chapters, and all the great things you have to look forward to. Welcome to tomorrow. Bank of Hawaii.
This is what precision looks like, helping you see what's hard to see, thanks to Terrain Denali's Side Blind Zone Alert that uses radar to watch your blind spots. So it's true. Mom does have eyes in the back of her head. The 2017 GMC Terrain Denali with Forward Collision Alert, Lane Departure Warning, Rear Cross Traffic Alert, and Side Blind Zone Alert. Step up to GMC and get nearly $4,500 total value on select 2017 Terrain SLE2 vehicles in stock.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Day, Guam, Chris Barnett with sports on this Thursday, woo! You know how we do the last 2 Thursdays every month, we profile an outstanding student athlete with game changers. Clayton Mitchell knows even if you have talent, you gotta have faith. The Harvest Christian Academy Junior is a dominating force at the net for the IIAAG boys volleyball champion Eagles. And while one of the commandments is thou shalt not kill, Mitchell did just that many times on the front line for the undefeated Eagles. He can turn a game around instantly. He's a powerful hitter who gets vertical, altering teams' strategies when attacking on offense. And on defense, he's one of the league's best blockers. You can call him the bartender because he's handing out 6-packs. At the end of the day, though, Mitchell says it wasn't easy being perfect this season.
It was really hard academically and physically too, because you have to stay focused on your academics, but at the same time perform at a high level in sports. So Mom was thankful that God's given me the strength to just be able to balance both.
With a GPA in the high 3s, Mitchell knows the struggle is real when it comes to excelling at both sports and studies, and he offers this advice to fellow student athletes.
Do all your assignments in advance if you can, because especially if when it comes to playoffs and other big games, it gets really hard and it's frustrating to just prepare mentally for your game, because you have to make sure that you perform well.
You might know Clayton from the pitch, though, where he came up as a product of the Guam Football Association's Academy program. He's been a member of the GFA's U16 squad since he was 12, representing Guam in China and Vietnam, and he's won back-to-back U16 titles with the Strikers, even winning a Golden Boot last season. In the IIAAG, he was an all-island striker for the Eagles soccer squad and netted 30 goals in the season.
Even though I was given this talent, I still had to work hard to achieve the level and even get past what I am right now.
So Mitchell hits the pitch and the links. He's an avid golfer who also played football. Now he's one of the Eagles' top frontmen, rotating in as a rally starter and defensive stopper. Mitchell has been on Harvest volleyball team since he was a freshman, and he's definitely a player to watch next year when the Eagles defend their title.
Feels good knowing that all our hard work paid off. You know, big props to Coach Kev for letting us just continue our sacrifices, and it feels good to win.
Mitchell will do whatever it takes to keep that winning feeling going for the Eagles next season. When you see him step on the volleyball court, make room for Clayton Mitchell, because he is definitely a game changer. This year's IIAG Girls High School Soccer Championship game going down Saturday at the GFA Training Center in Harmon. The GW Geckos and the Notre Dame Royals squaring off for this year's title. GW punching their ticket after beating the Harvest Eagles 2-1. The Lady Geckos managed to fight through an early own goal and tie the game right before the half. GW adding a goal in the second half for the 2-1 win. ND made their way to the title game after shutting out the Simon Sanchez Sharks 2-0 on Saturday, 5 p.m. Harvest versus Sanchez to get the evening started, followed by the championship match at 7 p.m. between the Lady Geckos and the Royals. Playoff basketball from the Guam Basketball Association. KFC Bombers taking on the MacTech Nerds. Bombers working the ball to Raheem Trahan, baseline J. Pew pew. 2 of his 27 points on the night. Chris Barber with the board, dribble down court, goes window for the lay-in. Barber, 10 points for the Nerds. Charles Naley put up a game-high 35 for the Bombers. Turn around, shot inside the paint. Rain Man for 2. KFC 119-78 over MacTech. Alfredo Villasenor finished with a team high 17 for the Nerds in the losing effort. Games for tonight at the FD Phoenix Center, 6 p. Tooth Fairies take on the Bombers. At 8 o'clock, the MVP Stars take on the Outlanders. All right, it's a wrap like Balutan. Adios!
Take on any road with intuitive all-wheel drive. The Nissan Rogue, Murano, and Pathfinder.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Introducing McDonald's new signature crafted recipes, like the sweet barbecue bacon sandwich, tangy barbecue sauce made with sweet onions, thick cut applewood smoked bacon, and topped with crispy golden onions on chicken or seared beef. Introducing McDonald's new signature crafted recipes, like the maple bacon Dijon burger, applewood smoked bacon with sweet maple seasoning, grilled onions, and a creamy Dijon sauce with a hint of honey on chicken or seared beef.
Spring is in the air, and you can use a break. A price break, that is. Now is the time to buy during Triple J Auto Group's Spring Price Break sales event going on now. Get clearance pricing on all remaining 2016 Ford models. Receive a $500 Kmart gift certificate on select Hondas, Acuras, Mazdas, Kias, and used cars. New cars as low as $80 per paycheck, and used cars as low as $68 per paycheck. Get pre-approved instantly at triplejguam.com. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
And before we close out the news tonight, here's our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Happy birthday, Cameron Picklesewer. Wishing you the best birthday ever. We love, love, love you. That's exactly what it says.
Kiyomi Anna Joy Cepeda, may the Lord bless you with many more years to come. We love you so much, sweetie. Hope you have fun being 9. Love mommy, daddy, and the whole family.
Turning 11. Happy birthday to you, John Corpus. Love and miss you. Hope you enjoy your day today. Love, your dad.
Dolores Cruz Villasoto. Happy 80th birthday, Grandma D. Love the entire family.
Happy 8th birthday, Asian Jess Duenas, love the entire family.
Eleanor Castro, with love from the family, happy birthday going out to you as well. Well, remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include your photo, your name, and your birthday.
And that's going to do it for us here on the news desk, but stay tuned. Jones next with In the Mix.
Closed captioning is